the deepest man has ever dug into the Earth's mantle, was to a depth of a mere 12 kilometers. Known as the Kola superdeep borehole, it was abruptly abandoned apparently due to the boreheads not able to go any further. However, many rumors would circulate surrounding another reason for sealing it shut, a discovery within the hole of apparent, quote, alien life that could have rewritten history, yet alas, this has never been established as fact. What's more, the discovery also rumored to haunt the team, suggesting that whatever they found had scared them. Yet, of course, this could all just be conspiracy. Rumor has it, the team began to hear sounds emanating from the hole. Sounds, they say, were reminiscent of a portal to hell. The borehole quickly sealed and bolted shut with a huge iron cover. The reality is that 12 kilometers into the Earth, but a mere fraction of its true depth, its true size, with the inside landmass of our planet sinking to a dizzying 6,300 kilometers before even encountering the core. We simply have no idea what is down there. There are many stories of numerous different types of beings who are all said to originate from within our Earth, many of which long assumed to be originating from outside Earth. Could they instead be coming from within? These hidden civilizations, it would appear, possess technology so advanced they are seemingly able to enter and exit active volcanoes, whilst also able to enter and navigate the deepest of our oceans as if they have always been here. Alien species, which not only live within the underworld, but the legends tell of them coming to the surface at varying times within human history, possibly to reveal to us all their existence. And with our own technological advancements, particularly surrounding our increasing ability to peer not only further and further out into space, but deeper and deeper into our planet, we may finally figure out once and for all just what could be down there. Coined the Earth blobs, these enormous caverns, now established to be an impressive 2,000 kilometers beneath the surface, undoubtedly the most ideal, safest, and impenetrable spot for any inner Earth civilization to be located. Claimed to be huge hollow pockets possibly full of magma, although this merely a guess. And with the evidence of these craft appearing to be impervious to heat, even witnessed utilizing these lava tubes, presumably to traverse between realms, could we be looking at a protective shell of molten material, a physical barrier preventing anyone from peering inside? The largest void is said to be laying directly beneath the Pacific Ocean, whilst the other beneath the Atlantic, making the only entries into this Middle Earth being via large bodies of water, or, it would seem, through the inner workings of volcanoes. Do you, like I, feel that all of these strange anomalies and encounters, the reasons why we continue to see them entering or exiting large bodies of water, may soon become apparent? Could we have a hot candidate for not only where these things could be coming from, but indeed where they are hiding? What do you think about the Earth blobs? Possible evidence of Agartha? Or just a hollow natural anomaly? We find them highly compelling.